Hello everyone, Rockrufff here with another video, and in this video I'm gonna be showing you guys how to craft a +2 minion skill wand. So earlier today I also made a video crafting a +3 minion skill hammer, so if you would like to craft a hammer instead, I will leave a link down below into the description so you guys can check out that video. Yeah, for this video we are going to make a wand, and for that you are going to need a good amount of crafting materials such as flame elementium, flame sand, and embers. And the first thing we are going to do is we are going to take a look at the affix list at the arms dealer, or you can go in your inventory and then select the small anvil icon over here, and it will take you to craft. So the thing we want to look at is the affix list, like I said, and if you put in a random item you would have to go to filter and then select wand. Now, the reason why I'm taking you guys here is because I want to help you guys decide what item level you would need in order to roll the mods that you want. Another reason is because I'm going to help you guys the best way to get a base, so you won't have to worry about not hitting a specific mod. Alright, so first of all, for most tier 1 mods, you are going to need a 82 item level. So we are going to go with an 82 item level. Now, if you're going to go for Ultimate Ember modifiers, then you're going to need an 85 item level instead. But yeah, do keep in mind that if you're going for Ultimate Ember mods, it is going to take you a lot of tries and a lot of crafting materials, as Ultimate Ember mods are extremely rare right now. The best way to approach this is by getting a wand with, let's say for example, the spell skill level. If you want spell skill level on it, the best way to do this is by going to the trade house and get a wand with spell skill level already on it, so you won't have to worry about that. And yeah, then you start rolling and see if you can hit any other mods. You'd probably want to try and go for minion skill level and spell skill level. Well, those two together is probably gonna take many tries and many resources. But yeah, like I said, for this video I'm gonna go with an 82 wand, try for some tier 1 mods with minion skill level on it. Also, if you have a lower item level, then you can go ahead and click on the exclamation mark over here, and it will show you the list of tiers and the required item level for it. So let's say you have an item level 60, for example, you will only be able to roll up to tier 4 minion damage. And that's why preferably you want to go with an item level 82 if you can. Yeah, if you do have a lower item level, make sure to check out the list and see what you can roll. Most likely it is not going to be worth crafting on if it's a lower item level, so do try and go for a 82. So the next thing we are going to be looking at is the random weight allocated. And the reason why we're looking at that is because we want to see what our chances are at rolling the mods that we want. Now, as most of you might know, minion skill level is the most annoying mod to roll so far, and the reason to that is because it has the lowest chance at rolling. The reason why it has the lowest chance at rolling, as you can see, it is the random weight allocated. Another reason why it's annoying to roll is because everything else has a higher chance at rolling, as you can see, and minion skill only has a 0.11% chance at rolling. And there's another reason why it's annoying to roll, and the reason why is because it has so many skill levels that it can roll as well. If we're going to put in a wand, for example, like any random wand, if you can find one, there we go. If you, for example, have a wand with a tier 1 minion attack speed like this and tier 1 minion damage, let's say you have that, and you want to go ahead and try and roll for minion skill level, that is coming from the judgment processing. Now, as you can see, this has an entire list of rolling mods beside minion skill level. So there is simply way too many mods that it can roll, and also since minion skill level is literally the lowest chance for rolling, you would want to get a base with minion skill level already on it, and that's what we're going to do. So this will actually save you lots of currency, because if you're going to do it this way by target processing, it is actually going to take you a lot of tries. and that is probably not worth it. So let's go ahead and go to the trade house, and let me remove these so I can show you guys exactly how you search these. So first of all, you want to go to advanced, and you want to select the top icon over here, and then you select weapon, and you select want under weapon. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to look for an item level, and we're going to type in 82, because 82 is what allows us to possibly roll tier 1 mods. The next thing is going to be corroded no, and glare plasticity we will put in 100 as the minimum. If you click on these mods, you can get this box and then type in the values. So the reason why we want glare plasticity 100 is because this is very important for rolling your item, as this will allow you to roll your item with prototype crafting. So if you do not have this value, you can no longer use prototype crafting, and it's going to cost you even more to try and fix your want. So make sure you have this. And the next thing we are going to be looking for is the minion skill level. So we will be typing in minion and select minion skill level. Now the minimum and maximum does not matter here. The reason why is because if you're gonna go for a +2 minion skill level and you have a +1, for example, you can always change the +1 to +2 later on. So you can go hit search, but if you do that without selecting a base, then you will get the most random base with minion skill level, and you will probably be cheaper off this way if you're gonna search it like this. Now, if you do care about the implicit, then you probably most likely would want to go for a Bard's Wand, which gives 45 to 50% minion damage as the implicit. Do keep in mind that this does add a bit of cost, as a lot of people are using Bard's Wand, and yeah, it is just going to cost you a little bit more than searching with no base, as some of these are going to be literally 1 FE. But yeah, then you won't get the extra minion damage. But yeah, if you're totally fine with that, you can go ahead and search like this, or select a wand, for example, Scarlet Wand. I'm pretty sure some of you might be using this as well. If you scroll down, there's also other bases, such as the Viper or the Wise Man, but as you can see, as I scroll down, the minion damage roll will be lower. So you probably would want to keep it at a Viper or a Bard's Wand. I'm just gonna go with a random base to show you guys that you can craft this on any base, and also you want to go highlight prices if you're looking for a specific price. So let's say you want to spend less than 5 FE on a bad base. Well, then you put in 5 on the max. Let's say I only want to spend like 3 or something, 3 or less. That will highlight the prices. That is 3 or less flame elementium. So that's pretty much how you search your want. And so if you do have a want, then we go to crafting, and you will have to put in that want. Let's see. There we go. So I do have a wand over here, and we are going to be locking in the minion skill level, because that's the mod that we would want to keep, and that's the mod that we just bought. So make sure your wand looks like this, +1 or +2, and you start locking it in. So as you can see, this is going to cost us 3 flame sand and 1 precious amber. The gear plasticity, that's the value that allows us to keep on rolling with prototype crafting. Now, what you can do, which I wouldn't recommend, is go to target processing instantly if you have a base that only has minion skill level. Now, I would probably only recommend doing that if you have a +2 spell skill level from the ultimate mod. This is simply not worth it, especially since it will cost you 2 flame elementium, 6 fine embers or precious embers per try, depending on what mods you're trying to roll, and then 20 flame sand. So it is definitely better to try and roll for more mods with the prototype crafting. And also, if you do go target processing, while not going for prototype, then it will remove all of your plasticity. So if you start target processing, you cannot go back to prototype crafting. Anyway, we're going to start crafting and see if we can hit some minion mods. Now over here we have minion life, and we can decide to keep that. Depending on your build, obviously, if you need minion max life, then you would want to roll minion max life and keep this. But also determining how to see if it's worth to sacrifice this mod over these is also totally up to you and your build. So let's say you need minion life, but you have like a really good roll-off attack speed, for example tier 4 attack speed for minions, then it is definitely not worth sacrificing a tier 3 or tier 4 for tier 6. That's how I pretty much determine what I keep and what I don't. Another thing is that when you do confirm, this is basically the left side is what your wand looks like currently, and the right side is what is crafted on it. So make sure you do confirm the right one, the one that you want to keep, and the one I want to keep is the one with the spell crit curse effect. So we're going to hit confirm on this one. Now the reason why I don't mind keeping crit strike damage, which I probably will if there is like a tier 5 minion damage, I will probably end up keeping this because I can actually use this mod for my Grim Phantoms as they are spellcasters. Now let's say you are using spider tanks or machine guards. They're not casters, they are attackers, which means spell crit will not work on them, and the reason why is yeah, like I said, there are attackers. But yeah, the only way this mod would work anyway is for isomorphic arms. So if you don't have isomorphic arms or something, then other mods beside minion mods will not work if you don't have isomorphic arms. Anyway, let's continue and try and roll some mods. As you can see, we did get a tier 6 minion attack speed. I don't find this worth it to sacrifice the spell crit for, so I'm not going to confirm that. Ooh, tier 4 minion damage. I think that's a pretty good trade, especially since I don't use curse effect or skill radius. Now if you do use that, obviously, depending on your build, you will confirm whatever you would want to confirm. Right, aura effect. Aura effect is also not too bad for minion builds, as it will give you a little bit more damage on the offensive auras and a bit more defense on the defensive auras. So aura effect is actually also not a bad mod to keep. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and lock this, but do keep in mind that the cost will change to flame elementium, 10 flame sand, 2 fine embers, and precious embers. So it is totally up to you if you want to start locking right now. Usually I start locking around 50 plasticity because I know I will only have so many tries left in order to try and roll a good mod. Now another option is that if you are satisfied with just main skill level and minion damage with cooldown recovery speed, for example, then I can decide to go to target processing. But like I said, if you start target processing, it will remove your plasticity, which means you can no longer go back once you go over here. Anyway, I'm going to try and see if I can hit another tier 1 mod that is useful. Ooh, spell crit. That is actually a tough choice, but I would actually keep that. So I can start locking this in, but let's see, maybe we can hit tier 1 minion damage, for example. If not, I will lock it in. Ooh, tier 2 aura effect. Yeah, it is also a tough decision to start locking in 2 mods, as you might hit like other tier 2 mods, for example aura effect. If I had locked this spell crit, I would probably get these two together. But yeah, you're gonna have to make some tough decisions when it comes to crafting, unfortunately. And if your item does not turn out the way you want it, you can always grab a new base and start over. But yeah, that's totally up to you. But anyway, we are reaching, let's see. No, I'm going to start locking in the spell crit now. And we did get spell crit rating with cooldown recovery, which is nice. Also, another thing I like to pay attention to is the open mods that I get. So let's say, for example, I won't end up rolling the minion damage. If I do have an open prefix, I can still roll it using not prototype crafting, targeted processing. The same goes for having an open suffix. For example, I can still roll the minion attack speed if I want to, if I can keep open a mod. Now, another way to remove a mod is by using divest. Divest does remove a random mod, even the ones that you lock, so it does not matter if you lock these. If you use divest, it can remove your minion skill level, so do keep that in mind. Anyway, let's try and continue. Okay, so I do think this is a pretty nice option. Spell crit strike rating, like I said, that does help my build, but I'd probably rather want to roll minion attack speed instead. And beside that, we can roll minion damage if we confirm the right side. So I'm going to confirm with the right side. Let's see, this is not worth sacrificing. But yeah, crafting does take sacrifices, as you can see. Tier 3, we'll take that, that's an upgrade. If only the cold damage would be lightning, that would be really nice for me actually. And affliction, I mean, that is not a mod that we need, unfortunately, so I am not going to confirm. Now, if you do end up hitting a nice combination of tier 1 mods, you can obviously confirm that and try and see if you can sell it for a good amount. As tier 1 mods are really annoying to roll, so if you do get a couple of good tier 1 mods, it is totally up to you if you want to keep that and try and sell it and then start a new base with main skill level, for example. But like I said, like, this combination is probably not the best, especially affliction. I don't think there's any minion builds out there using affliction anyway, so I am not going to confirm this, and we will just leave it the way it is. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try for the minion damage. Where's minion damage? Amplified? Yeah, amplified. Alright, so we are going to hit it once, and we have, let's see, 25% chance. So we have an equal amount of chance to hit minion damage. So 1 in 4 chance to hit minion damage. Let's see what we get. Spell damage, unfortunately. Now, what you can do, if you're not satisfied with the spell damage, you would like to change it, you can hit Reforge, and it will remove all of the affixes added by targeted processing. So let's say you have crafted 4 mods using targeted processing, and you hit Reforge, it will in fact remove all 4 of those, so do keep that in mind. And also another thing that it does, that if you have like 1 mod left to roll, it will automatically turn on Polish. Now, Polish, it will give you a guaranteed tier 1 or tier 2, but it can still be a random mod. So let's say, for example, I want to try for main movement speed, cast speed and attack speed, and yeah, I hit Polish and craft. It can also hit the cast speed, unfortunately, so really I don't find Polish worth it. I don't recommend using Polish, so yeah, do pay attention if your Polish is on. If you turn it off and you select a different ember, it will still automatically turn it on. Anyway, we are going to go for, like I said, minion attack and cast speed. I don't think there's any other mods that I would want. I mean, aura effect would be nice. Spell critical strike rating would also be nice for me. So yeah, whatever you might need. Let's see, I'm just gonna go with the minion attack and cast speed. I know most people use that anyway. So let's try and hit the minion attack and cast speed. If you click on the affix list, you can see your chances. As you can see, I have an equal amount of chance to hit minion attack speed beside the others, except for the terror charge, which is a very low chance, but we don't need that anyway. So let's see, we got spell crit rating. And I actually don't mind that. I actually can use that. Yeah. So you can decide to keep your item the way it is and try maybe sell it if it didn't turn out the way you want it to, or you can start a new wand, get a new base, and try again. Or you can hit reforge and try again using targeted processing. That's totally up to you, but yeah, this is pretty much the best way that you can craft your wand. Oh yeah, the last thing is the minion skill level. So if you want to change your minion skill level to +2, if it's +1, you're gonna have to hit it with a Truth Ember, and it'll change the value to +2. Sometimes you get it in one try, sometimes it takes multiple tries, so keep that in mind. And make sure you have a couple of Truth Embers to try and roll that. Anyway, that was pretty much the video. I hope you guys have better luck trying to roll your wands. And yeah. I hope you guys know how to craft your wands. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions, by the way. I also stream on Twitch if you want to ask me any questions there. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.